Hello, friends. Welcome to today's stream. We're checking out the Roottrees Are Dead. I have had my eye on this for a hot second. I saw Gab Smolders did a playthrough of it. I didn't personally get to watch it. I saw just a little tidbit of it and got very excited for the premise of it. Basically, we're doing some detective work. We're doing some cyber sleuthing from our computers. And it just seemed like a really fun premise, so we're gonna get right into it, and I'm super excited for a nice, cozy, chill, just hangout game. Okay, I do want to try to do the DLC, or not the DLC, the bonus chapter if we can. Oh, it's so cute. Roottrees are loading. This is one of those things that I personally don't look into these things in my own life, but this seems like a fun way to do this. December 6th, 1998. I was a baby.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash.
Nani.
On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Hello?
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
Oh yeah, you can see on our little poster board in the back, we've got a family tree. And Bunmium? I wonder what that's about.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Ooh. Okay. Complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. Okay. Examine my evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Sleuth. Okay. Okay, that's... Oh, this is how we get to the evidence. Got milk picture. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters' Got Milk ad. God, 98. It was a different time. I tracked down a test photo from before they printed the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." Okay, so these are the sisters. Super cute. She looks like she's probably the youngest, is my guess. This one's married. So she will be the one, I think the oldest is the only one that's married. It's hard to tell between the two which would be younger. They're very similar in age. Okay, so there's that. The list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill out the family tree. Oh. So we can see everybody's... Oh. Andy, Carly, Gwendolyn. Who names their kid Candy? That's just awful. In this... Candy's not a bad name. I mean because they are a candy company. That's just rude. Christina, Lauren, Margaret, November, Raina, Riley, Samantha, Tessa, Nicole. Oh, and then there's, oh, I see. Okay, so those are all the women up top and then the men below. Okay. So, oh. Oh, that's how I get the pictures of them. Okay. Good to know, good to know. We go back to the board. So this one's going to be her. So that's how we get the evidence. And then this is the internet. Oh my god. I should also read the welcome text. Oh, this is triggering. Welcome to the information highway. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web. Even those with high-resolution images. Oh man, it was truly a different time. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end laser color printer, or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape's Explorer new History feature. Oh, buddy. Happy surfing, and remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are inedible. Do not try to eat your computer. That's so funny. Okay, so we're on the internet now. Pro tip, you can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Okay. What about Roottrees milk ad? Correct, I did. Oh gosh, darn it. Roottrees milk ad. Check for typos. Okay, Roottrees sisters. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottrees fan site, seemed curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. That is a huge thing. One of my teachers does bright freaking neon on his presentations, and you can't actually read the slides, and it's so annoying. The young webmaster writes, Rihanna is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. Ooh. So can we highlight this? I think just leave it like that. Riley is the smart one. Rose is the middle child like me. Okay, so we know the three names of them now. We have Riley, Rose, and Raina. Raina's married. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also president of the candy company, and their mom, Brenda... Okay. Mom, Brenda... Oops. Mom, Brenda, fashion designer. Dad is the president of the candy company. They do modeling for her brand, Root. I eat Roottrees candy all the time. My favorite are Maple Crisp, and try to dress in plaid Root clothes like Riley does in most of the posts. Ooh, okay. Plaid Root clothes like Riley. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Ears pierced like Rose. Okay. The website author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. Okay, so got a good bit to get this going. So Riley will wear plaid. Rose has pierced ears. So this is Rose, this is Riley. Then how do I get my journal back? There. Rose is the middle child. Okay. So Rose is the middle child. This is Riley. Riley. This is Rihanna. Then Rose. All these cute little RHs. Oh, is that not how she spells it? Oh. So what's her name then? Then this will be TMS. Whoever that is. Will it have to be... I get the feeling it'll be somebody that's actually in the list. Then did we write? He's a smart one. Because they're all technically models, right? They are models. Yeah. Okay, so they're models. That's their whole gig. Model. Can they all be models, or only one is allowed to be a model? We're gonna find out. Okay, then we need to find your name. So go back and do Rose Roottrees. That's Roottrees. Search. Rose Roottrees is not as popular as her older sister Rihanna, but still well known. Most of the time, they're lumped together as the Roottrees sisters. Unfortunately, the result for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than searching for sisters together. If something isn't in the list of names your employer provided, doing a deeper dive about what you learned of them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make note from any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines you don't recognize and search for them. Okay, so what if we did root? Root is a pretty common word, although searches are not case sensitive. If you're searching for something specific... Okay. Clothing company root always has a period after it. Oh. And if it's not at the end of the sentence. If you're searching for a name, most of the time you'll need the full name. Sometimes, if someone goes by nickname, searching for their nicknames is the only way to find results. Okay. The period part of the name is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You spied Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Rihanna." You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Rihanna appears on almost all of them. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottree. Oh! Okay. We can do that. And I do, like, Carly equals Rose? Why would you... Hold on. It's only time. There's also a Roottree catalog. Let's save a note for that for now. Then we'll go back, and you are Carly. We did it! Okay. That wasn't too bad. 50 blood relatives. Oh, okay. So I haven't finished the spouse.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Neat. Okay.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees.
Okay.
Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree.
Oh, so they're gonna be like the big guys.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Was her name Carly because her dad's name was Carl? I'll bet that's what it was. Oh, we got a whole board. Oh, hello.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
Why, who are you? First, I thought you were just a little lawyer. I don't think so anymore. A lot of stars. Sleuth. Okay. What the person you hired returns. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, name, occupation, and portrait, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Okay, so dang, look at this. Look at this. There's so many. Don't forget, family trees use surnames from birth, even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay, is there anything else? Okay, so this is where it all started. These 2. And then they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. 5 kids. And each of them got married and had their own offsprings. Okay. Oh, split up. Guardian, adopted or otherwise. Oh, and then once you verify this person, you'll be able to add bonus photos. Oh, okay, so some of them have multiple photos. Dang. Oh, that guy's got 2 photos. That one. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to look at. Why? Split up and I'm guessing formed a new family? What is this read about? Okay. Wow, so we got a lot to do. So we could figure out who she married. We can probably Google it. His name was Carl. Oops, that's not how you spell Carl. Carl, and he married Brenda. And I'm assuming her last name's White. And then we have more evidence now. It's a notable list of notable Roottrees. The person who hired you gave you this list and said everyone on it can be found easily via your search engine. The Rootree sisters, Carl Rootree, which I think is their dad, Elias and Gwyneth Rootree, Wynn Rootree, Red Rootree, Jim Rootree, Lauren Rootree, Michael Jr., Miracle Jr., whoa. Any entry on the family tree that belongs to someone is on the list will be marked with a star. Notable Roottrees will be crossed out after they are verified and locked. Intuition. You've been in this line of work a long time. So long, in fact, you developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to that many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. Well, there's 35 evidences on this one thing. What? The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells. List of famous people that you can find via search engine. It's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, the numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often, the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Okay. These are the guys that are easy to find online. Okay. I can just... Okay. That's that. What else do we have? This is an advertisement for the 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. Ooh, magazine. Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Suspicious. Can I... No. Oh, and that'll take us... Oh, that's kind of nice. It'll take us right back to it. So, we've got So Strawberry, Power Plum, Awesome Apple, Bad Blue Raspberry, Cool Chocolate. That would be disgusting to have all those in one, like, mouthful and just go bop. Like the chocolate with the apple, I don't know how I'd feel. Maybe that's why kids still love them. Radical new flavors because it's no longer the 1920s. What even is an elderberry anyway? They're delicious, so... Okay. A lot of information. News alert. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources that included a list of notable Roottrees who they said would be the easiest family members to place. They said they would return in the time it took to fill out 6 more blood relatives. Okay. So... Okay, that's just showing. Okay, let's start with... I want to see if we can figure out who the one sister married. Diana Roottrees. Can I not spell her name? I don't know how to spell her name. R-H-A-Y. Oh. R-H-A-Y. Who is TMS? Oops. TMS is a common abbreviation for the early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. Okay. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on the soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role on the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use and most recently his relationship. After a short engagement, they married in 1997 when she was only 19 and he was 23. Oh, they were only married for a second before she died. What's his name? Thomas? Yeah, Thomas Sheridan. So that's gonna be her husband. Let's look up Carl Roottrees. We've got all this extra stuff too. This was, alright. Periodicals. Magazines and newspapers. Oh, and then the public library? Okay. Interesting. So Carl Roottrees. Carl Roottrees died in the recent plane crash along with his wife Brenda Roottrees and their daughters, the Roottrees sisters. He was the president of the Roottrees company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. There's a short press release that the Roottrees Candy Company released today to news organizations. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottrees sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Feeling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of the accomplishments. One of them seemed likely relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Okay, so he is... president? Probably 5th, because he was the last. Because what's the difference between president and CEO? President's above the CEO, right? CEO reports to the president? Because I'm wondering... Ooh, Elias and Gwyneth. Okay, so this is the Stark. He was first president. You know, back in the... What is that? Back in the early 1900s, women can't do things. So she's probably... I think maybe be a housewife. We should look. I don't know why I'm throwing things in. Gwyneth. Back. Gwyn... How do you spell Gwyneth? What is my problem? Gwyneth Roottrees. Okay. Ooh, something printed. Find some information on a website for the first Anderson Maple Farm. There are a few pictures, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. Okay. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Rootree was Gwyneth Anderson. Okay, nope. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm so long as she married. Oh. So that was her family farm. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to the 5 pieces, which are still found in stores to this day. Though the Roottrees Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to the website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as, housewife in the early 1900s. I called it. Also, I feel like the music's still a touch many. That better? Looks a little better. Okay. So... they also give us the names here. So Gwyneth. I can spell. And she was Gwyneth Anderson. She had the Anderson Maple Farm. And then we have Elias Rootree. Oh. Would he be the main Elias? And then the others, the initials have to come for later? Ah. This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Rootree. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Roottrees Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you found searching the internet, it seems quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Probably one of the few ones they have from 1900s. Elias and Gwyneth are on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. They will be marked on the chart with a star. Did I get... oh, was that all I got? I thought I got another thing for some reason. Okay, so this is Elias. This is Gwyneth. Okay, so if that's right, I need one more. Oh, I should look up, yeah, Roottrees. Because if I get him, that will be enough to lock in everybody, right? I need 3 more? Yeah, 3. So let's look up Carl Rootree. I think we did. Watchman of the Year, that's right. Let's go back and do Watchman of the Year. I love the keyboard clickies. Ooh, new periodical added, Business Watch. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They have been around for over 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has funded the field, or furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchmen of the Year. Elias and Carl. Okay. Note here. Business Watch does not host any online archives or any site you can find via spider search, though you may be able to find individual articles and issues through your periodicals. And we go back to Carl. Great-grandfather. Okay, so we know that... not you. Oh, but we don't know... Okay, because if this is him, this is his dad, this is his... oh, I see, it's his great-grandfather. Okay, so it is just saying him. Gotcha. Okay, can we go to that periodical Business Watch, and we're gonna look up Carl Rootree. Was voted, yeah, Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. The cover and summary of the article has been added to your evidence. And then let's do Elias. Awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishments of rolling out 5 pieces to a global market. Notes of the article and a scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Awesome. Okay. So let's go back to our evidence. Oh, some more of Elias. 10 cents? Man, you can't get anything for 10 cents nowadays. Elias Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and a painting of him appears on the cover. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of the 5 pieces. Inside the article is a timeline of the 5 pieces. 1908, Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before the 5 pieces, the company is barely profitable. 1909, Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. So, Elias has a daughter, the first. 4 more following, leading to Elias invents 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children. 5 pieces are first sold in some Pittsburgh markets. 5 pieces are rolled out to all New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. The Roottrees Candy Company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for their global rollout. That is a baller move. If you're able to buy just all of the maple farms, that's wild. With the help of his son Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architecture firm, a new industrialized factory and warehouse are built in Butler County. Production is tripled and worldwide distribution begins. There is also a What's Next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottrees Candy Company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the Clancid Trust. I don't know what that word means. Okay, so we now know he has a son named Elias Roottrees Jr., and he was an architect. We don't know where he is in the sibling list, but he is not the firstborn. His firstborn is a daughter. Oh my god, this is gonna be so many things. Oh, what a stunner! Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is the magazine for and about corporate leaders and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather was not chosen for... Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. There's a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Rihanna was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Rihanna's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottrees, a notable singer. There's a young daughter about the same age as Rihanna. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl's second cousin, became president. Second cousin Ernie Jr. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than the candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. What a good husband! I mean, make good financial choices, but also, if you believe in your wife, that's cool. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. Shocking. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debut the way the first ones did. Rihanna became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Alright, also, what's this welcome thing? Oh, actually shows you how to do this. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information such as family names, family relationships, marital status, sibling count, or anything else you'd like to remember. Page styles can be renamed to make it easier to remember what you've written on each one. Oh. Highlight any text in your web browser or evidence for the quick option to add it to your notes. The entire contents of your notepad are saved even if you quit the game. Don't forget to check them when you return. Family reminders. Siblings, often referred to as brothers or sisters, people that share the same parents, Cousins, sometimes referred to as first cousins, people that share the same grandparents but not the same parents, yep. Second cousins, sometimes referred to as distant cousins, people that share the same great-grandparents but not the same grandparents. That's how that works. Okay. Third cousin could also sometimes be referred to as distant cousins, people that share the same great-great-grandparents but not the same great-grandparents. American school terms, I do appreciate they put this in. I'm from America, so I know this, but I know a lot of people are like, what is this K through 12th thing that we're seeing? So kindergarten, 12th grade includes all schooling from ages 5 to 18. School produces yearbooks, which are albums of staged photos of the students, typically with solid color or cloudy backgrounds. Okay, so what we could do is we could go through and say, here, let's do some deleting, because we don't need these anymore. We already figured these guys out. Fashion designer. That's how we figured out Charlie. Need to double check that root catalog. But we can go through, and as we figure out who's who, we can be like, okay, based on Carl, here's what we have here. Current flavor, same as back then. We've got him. This we've already done. First Anderson Maple Farm. Let's keep that, just because that might, I feel like the farm might come in handy later. Gwyneth Anderson, we already got that. Watchman of the Year, got that. Elias has a daughter, first to 5. Carl second. Yeah, okay, so that feels better. So then Carl isn't the president. His cousin's the president, I think. Oh, maybe. Oh, I guess he just is the president. I guess we did it. Yay! Brenda and Thomas. Cool. Booyah. And we don't have an extra picture of him, but we do have an extra picture of Elias. Okay. Wow. Then we don't have an extra picture here. Oh, maybe we have to find the root. Would it be root? Raina? I'm trying to remember how to spell everything. What was the name of the root? Teen Blast. Maybe I'll check out Teen Blast. Teen Blast. It's gonna be Raina. Root. Oh my gosh, there's so many doubles. Was on the cover of Teen Blast when she was 16 and did an interview. Okay, that's what we were missing for her. How cute. Sweet 16. Candy Girl gets serious about her inspiration and aspirations. Cute. Brother Trouble has come up twice now. Maybe we'll make a note. Brother Trouble? Okay. There's an article about Raina Roottrees from 1994. This issue also mentions TMS and Brother Trouble. In an interview, Raina talks about her inspirations. One important thing I learned from an early age is that dreams are not outside of our grasp. My grandpa was a college professor, taught about lectures in history. He always told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. Instead, he told me I should go out and use my name to accomplish something. I think he may have practiced that lecture a lot because I have other people in my family that have also made the Roottrees name famous for things besides candy. His older sister even wrote a book some of my friends tell me they had to read in school. Okay, so Grandpa's sister wrote a book. I took his advice and now I work with my mom designing clothing. I help decide what colors and patterns I want to model, and then she designs the clothes with a team of amazing men and women. Although my grandpa passed away earlier this year, Grandma Lauren tells me he was really proud of what we managed to accomplish. Okay. So, we got another picture for her. So this is Lauren. Right? And then Grandpa was a history professor. But I don't think we saw... Oh, Grandma Laura. There we go. Okay, Laura. Don't know his name. Older sister. Okay, and the oldest goes this way. So if this is Grandpa, his older sister wrote a book. Writer. No. Author. Don't know what book though. This is fun. I like this. I definitely I wanted to get into the other game because we were gonna play Spiritfarer, but my brain also was like, I want something fun. I want something engaging. Okay. Man, there's so much to take in. Okay. Lectures about history. Book. Laura. Second cousin. So that's saying it's not from this family line. It's from a different family. Oh, there's so many other family lines. How would you know who? But he was president. Carl's cousin Jim, notable singer, who had a daughter. Yeah, we don't know when that happened either. So maybe we should look up the... Oops, that's not what I wanted. The, what is it? The 5 pieces? Is that what it's called? We looked at Team Blast. Is that not what it's called? What's it called? Yeah, root tree 5 pieces. Maybe do root tree 5 pieces. One person or concept at a time. Okay. What was it? Ernie Jr.? What's his name? Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. was a former president of the Roottrees Candy Company. He seemed to directly precede Carl Roottrees, and one website even said he was Carl's mentor. He was apparently very successful as a president, but not so much as a public figure. He was rarely seen in public and stepped down due to illness in 1996. He has since passed away. Okay. What was the other? Jim Roottrees. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRoe. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down the City. It's now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. Well, okay, so... maybe we'll just leave him as a singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. Ooh. The result of their music is more folksy and acoustic than one sound they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Do that. Jim has become a bit of a recluse, hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Okay. Oh my god. You can listen?
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the sea.
Ooh, vibes. My gosh. Seen in MMM.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight. The
I'm so here for this. We'll listen to this and we'll get back to it.
On wheels we glide with you by my side. Inflation is rising and so is our pride. Pick our own fate, make love not hate. They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate. Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
So groovy. Okay, a couple more lines. Jim died. Her makeup though is fierce.
Politicians at large are hopeless. The bankers in charge are all clowns. The party's so better than protest. So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down. Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Oh, groovy. I love that. What a fun little Easter egg. Okay. Rollin' On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satires how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. That makes sense. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you'd never heard of it before now. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet." It's credited to Peter Genowicz from MMM. What is Eminem? Not Eminem. That's a candy. Music and lyrics by Jim Roottrees, vocals by Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRoe. Jim Roottrees is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. He will be oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Oh. Got a little distracted about things. He's the great-grandson. So he's up here somewhere. Former president. Carl's cousin Jim. Oh, so he's actually gonna be one of these. And he's got a star, so it's probably him. So this is probably Jim. James. His name's James. That's right. James Roottrees. And then his spouse was LaRoe. Diamond. She's this one. He was a singer. How... musician, maybe? I don't know why singer got advertisement. And they had, what was it, a daughter? Young daughter about the same age as Rihanna. I don't know how you would figure out the daughter bit, though. Oh, and then there's somebody who was married, divorced, and then married again and had kids. And one of their kids had kids. Okay. That's rough. And then one of the other cousins, one was single, the other one did the whole shenanigans. So let's look up James Roottrees. That might change. James Roottrees. Oh, that didn't. Okay. Let's look up cherry tree. Okay, maybe not. Let's see. I don't know why I keep doing this. Why don't we look for more of the people that are on the notables list? So Gwyn Roottrees. Who's Gwyn? You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not— oh god, VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get into individual pages from your searches. Gwyn Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appears in tabloids, especially around the time of her heavily publicized— ooh, and she's divorced. Ooh, I wonder if she's, the one that was divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced. Her biggest role was the minor hit in the movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. We will do those. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know trivia? Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees, founder of the Roottrees Company. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's Ooh. Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees, the founder of Roottrees Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name. Okay. So... she's on the list, so this might be her. There's a star. Are there any other stars? Wow, there's like no stars over here. Boring. Old news. This one stayed married. This one's still married, so this is probably her. Oh, I didn't look at the picture. Stunner. This photo is widely circulated photo of Gwyn Roottrees. You have seen it on multiple websites about old films. Notable. Yeah. Okay. So this is Gwyn. Gwyn Roottrees. She's an actress. Or an actor, I guess. Okay. We don't know who she's married to. But we know that her dad is not the Roottrees. This is the Roottrees. And it's her mom. Okay. Oh, there's so much thinky thoughts. Okay, this I don't think did anything. We already got that. A lot of these I'm pretty confident about. If I feel like I've locked it in, I'm gonna just like let it pass. Because we can always look up stuff. So was that looking at Gwyn Roottrees. So what about, if I say divorce? Okay. Searching for variations of Gwyn Roottrees, you come across some mentions of a marriage to Wild Bill Williams. They divorced before the birth of their second child. Okay. Wild Bill Williams. Find some information on a website about old films, blah, 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 blah. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man in some non-notable movies. Okay, appeared in the adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave, which is yet to be released for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about the film. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and she was already aware of his reputation. Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. He returned there often. Okay, so you married William. Oh. There isn't a William. So that's not... Oh. If I put Bill? Okay, so it must not have been... him? Can I look up... Not just Wild Bill. Huh. Okay. Can't find what his name is outside of that. Okay, so who else do we have on the notables? Red Roottrees. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Right. Red Roottrees. You find information on a website about a strange historical facts. Whoa, Lucius Herring Roottrees, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname, ironically, because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate, claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company newspaper ad, but it came out that his last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. Okay. So is that somebody we need? Because they're not really part of the family. I don't understand. So, what if I do Aloysius Herring Roottrees? Does that give any other? No, it does not. Interesting. Okay. So why do we care? Why are you on the notables? Oh, okay. It was a lie. Jim Roottrees we looked up. Lauren Roottrees. And Miracle. Okay, let's look up Lauren Roottrees. Because that was the grandmother. Author Lauren Roottrees, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. So we're gonna need to look that up. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. The Little Fanfare. When her publishers learned that she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrees, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. Oh. The selection of diary entries, released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites, all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English class to show an evolution in writing style and to look for life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottrees. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release by writing up 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Okay. Let me see. That was the one that was the author. Here. This should be Lauren. We don't have her picture. Maybe if we look at the book, we'll be able to see it like on the back. Lauren Roottrees. What was it? A War. A Life Between Wars. This is like doing my assignments for school. It seems you've hit the jackpot here. Book is occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has a full page. How many pictures are printing? Summary of the contents of the books, photos, as well as some particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added to your evidence. Whoa. We got 7 evidences from that? Ooh. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5-piece photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered in the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. But I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Okay, so this is Gwen's siblings. I'm assuming this... Eli. My guess. He's got kind of that dapperness to him. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. Insisted we include Sam. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it's fair Miracle made it in, since he isn't technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all these years. Okay. Interesting. So I wonder if Miracle's like a cousin? And they're being told to be nice? Oh, is this... No. These must be the 5-piece. Lauren's diary contains some... Aha, this is the 5 pieces, yeah. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Okay, that is Elias. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. And that's the architect. We do know that. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo. Ooh. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it and the 3 of us were all about the same age. Oh, they're not in this. Okay. But Miracle is. Why is Miracle in this? We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. What? I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Oh, that's shady. That's some shady-ish. So is this the dad, the mom, daughter, and then the 2 siblings? I thought they had 5 kids, though. Right? Lauren, and then I'm guessing her husband. The below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary, pages A Life in Between Wars. Lauren Roottree is on the notable Roottrees list. Yeah. The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise their son, Clark. Oops, I can't highlight good. Lauren never remarried and only had 1 child. By skimming the pages of the diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called Cossells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottree Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clancid Trust. Oh, so that's how they got the trust started. It's clear from the context that the Rootrees have... They're more things. It's clear from context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. 5 pieces is the first gen of children. Her father was in the generation. The next generation is Lauren's generation. The Free Spirit's the generation after Lauren's, including her son. Okay, what's this? Oh. An entry entitled Complaints from Lauren Roottree's Diary, written in 1953. This entry seemed to focus specifically on one of Lauren's family members, Gwen. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen is an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 young brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. Okay, so she's saying that she's the eldest with 3 little brothers. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the two of them. What a mess, but she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Okay, so cousin. I'm probably being, like, insane about the highlighting. But this is how, hear me out. This is how I write my college essays. I go through and I highlight, and then as I go through, I'll, like, cull it back and, like, figure it out. Or, like, when I go through, I write the whole paper and then come through and, like, start throwing in quotes and, like, highlight where I pulled things from. I'm big on highlighting. It's a big thing. It's a problem. I'm aware of it. Let it go. It'll be fine. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. Oh, her brother. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. We did come across Wild Bill, but I'm guessing that's not who she married. Maybe Harrison's on the list. She's the first Rootree woman to be anything other than a housewife. Ooh. Important. I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in the world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwendolyn. That's fair. What is that? An entry entitled Dynasty from Lauren Roottree's diary, written in 1958. It focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Rootree Company and the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I'd been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Clancy was in the room. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as... Oh, none of his sons would take over as president. But that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. Onto the job? Oh, yeah, onto the job, because okay. So the kids, he's got an architect's son, there's a preacher, and a lawyer. And we've seen the architect as Elias Jr. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step in, it came down to us next gens. So, next gens. Can I add to? I want to like add to it. Next gens took over as second president. Dave. Bob argued at length that the company should stay within our branch of the family since it still has the Rootree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Oh, Clancy. Can I edit? Clancy. So I'm guessing Clancy is a Rootree because he's got the name. That was the big thing. Oh no, it ended up going to Zach. Oh. I see. You gotta read the whole story, kids. Okay. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Ow. Edit. Zach. Different last. Firstborn son of firstborn 5-piece. Very important. Ow. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always been very particular views when it comes to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. Oh. Angie's older than Zach. I'm oldest. I'm the next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Whoa. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Oh. So is Clancy the big guy? Clancy equals large boy? Might be that works. Being rude. An entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottree's diary, written in 1963. From a previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special?" That is so messed up. Trim their branches. Just don't need you. If they're bad people, I get it, but I get the feeling these guys are the bad guys. Nothing adds up, and I'm not the only one to realize it. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris. Gwen's in Paris. Like that Wild Bill dude. But the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding. Oh. Patsy. So we know Uncle Junior, which I'm guessing is like Elias Jr., and married a Patsy. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Do we have some illegitimate bloodline? Did somebody do an oops? Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. This feels important. Working along... Is he like the son of one of the farmhands? Because who... EC could be the mom. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli... Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine stronger, faster, better, harder. None of us think that's proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? That is weird. Why would you suddenly go from, no, don't talk to them, like, keep people out, to, this you can let this one in, that's fine. One of the final entries called Clark from Lauren Roottree's diary. Also, I've totally forgotten that we came here just for her picture. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake. That is young. Okay, so Clark... Wait. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Who's Daniel? Is Daniel her son? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Daniel equal Lauren son. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. Oh, Clark's a free spirit? Oh, is that Clark like the dad of the Roottrees sisters, Clark? Who else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl. That's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Carl is Clancy's child? Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Like their cousins? That's kind of gross. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department when he retires. Okay. So Lauren's dad is a president. Right? Department. I have to come back to that. As for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. So who's... I'm so confused. Who's Clark? Let's see. Clark equals free spirit. Spirit. Who is Clark? Clark Griswold. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising your twins. Gwen is Gwen. Okay, Zach. Gwen is Gwen. But at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. The free spirits, in any other family, they'd all end up on the streets, even Clark. Okay. That was a lot. So much information just now. I'm a little overwhelmed. Okay, so Lauren. So this is the free spirits. We have Lauren, who married Jacob. Rafferty. She's an author. I want his picture first. He was in this. And she is this. We did it! We're doing it, guys! 3 entries are corrected and have been locked. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Dang. We did a lot just then. Oh, hello? Our friend's back.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Ooh, that's rough.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Oh my god, there's so many things.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay. God, we've done 9. Also, what is this? The Notorious Montjoys. It's kind of fun. Oh, can I... Oh. Okay, so we got that. Okay, man. So Gwen's a cousin. She was sick of her. What about... What was that? Harrison? No. Okay, so I still don't know who she married. Got so much evidence, too, just now. That's so many peoples. So many. Photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Highlight. This one? Oh, sorry about the water damage pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, childish writing says November? There are also a large number of cursive... Oh, Bonnie next... Oh, whoa. Okay. So, these are all the people that were in it and signed their names. But then this kid, whoever she belongs to, she's November. Is what I think is happening here. Okay, so we have Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. That is so... Gosh, family histories are not my thing. Just keep saying there's more, there's not more. Lie to me. Like... For me, it's, we have a pretty small family. Kind of how I like it. Just because I would get confused whenever we do my husband's family stuff. There's like 12 people there, and I have to work really hard to remember who everybody is. Let's see. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damaged picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photos, couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. Okay. Film school. Feels important. Are you the parents of November? Just guessing. Vote for Stephanie Jones for city council. Better for Butler County. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. Okay, so she's a politician. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it is still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply love is our future. So she was the Roottrees, is my guess. And then she married him with the last name of Jones. Handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. Oh. Okay. Okay, so you're CM, I'm guessing. Who's this? His photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, to Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you weren't able to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it is not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. I think we knew that already. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew that it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. Okay. Never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. So you're Debbie. You are Nicole. Are you Ernie's ex-wife or kid? Maybe kid? Well, no, they keep saying Ernie. That would be weird to just call your dad by their name. Huh. Because Ernie, I think... Maybe this is Ernie. Oh my gosh, I'm having a time. So this looks like it should be her. Which, if that's the case, did you get a nose job and it just went bad? That's unfortunate if so. Unless it's somebody else entirely. But she's got 2 boys. Might have made a mistake. Look at some of these are so similar. How? Those guys look pretty similar. So this one looks older, this one looks younger. As if that is her, then we can assume these are hers. Okay. Oh my goodness. There's this whole side over here we haven't even looked at. Oh, goodness. Laura Carlson. Okay. Let's review some things that we've highlighted. We don't need this anymore. Also president of the candy company, we don't need this anymore. Games back then, Anderson Maple Farm. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5. Here, okay. So this has to be a female. And Lauren, she's complained about her brothers. Let's go back to that real quick, just towards the end. Harrison Lane. Wild Bill Williams. Neither of those came up. Roottrees woman to be anything other than housewife. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. None of his sons would take over as president. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. Zach was the firstborn son of the firstborn five-piece. Okay. Zach is the firstborn son, so we can assume potentially this. I think his last name is Morgan. Right? Something like that. He could also be this guy. Oh, big thinkies. Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of us all. Okay. Wait. Wait. Maybe this is Zach instead. And then this is Angie. Okay, yeah. They got the same last names. Yeah. So then this is assuming will be the dad. Whoops. Will probably be a Morton James. He becomes the president. Hello, why are we not typing? He becomes the second president after him. Because none of them want the job. They're all preachers and lawyers and all that stuff. So Angie is older than Zach. She's the next oldest. Is this where the naughties happened? Is this where the family tree got some non-done pruning? Because she's not referring to anybody here. Interesting. So he becomes president. Is he in one of those pictures we saw? No. I think so. Miracle. This is Carl, though. We do need to go put Carl's other photo in. Where is Carl? There he is. A good looking dude, I gotta say. He's a stunner. Him. Okay, there's just so many things. Next oldest of all. Your relatives, who's included Gwyn's in Paris. Miracle's boys. Uncle Junior's wedding. Okay, so there you have her Uncle Junior. Okay, so Miracle Junior's probably up here somewhere. Is Miracle the big dumb bubble blowing baby? Is that how we're gonna Junior? Oh no, there's lots of juniors. Oh. Maybe? But they said... Who are you? You still have a star. What am I missing? Hold on. Hold the phone. That's Miracle. Okay. Okay, so that's wrong. Undo it. You're unknown. Unknown. You are Miracle. Oh, Miracle Jr., I think. Right? Yeah, Miracle Jr. Okay. Miracle Jr. is somewhere in this picture. This is Eli. See their name tag? Eli. Okay. So... Oh, that's water damage. I see now. How will we know who's who? Eli's looking pretty hot, I gotta say. It's not that bad to look at. Eli M. Okay. Gosh, I'm like, you bounce, man. There's just so much to take in, so much to learn. Miracle has boys. Miracle has 2. Oh, a different Miracle has boys. Oh. Okay. Let's look up Miracle Jr. Let's take a moment. Miracle a Junior. Miracle Jr. doesn't go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he just shortened it to Miracle Jr. Yeah? He's a televangelist. He was part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in the northeastern United States. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public. Ooh. When he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. Dude, not cool. A news exposure revealed it was his wife Edith's sister in disguise. The author does mention that Edith had a bit of a checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify. He has since lost his television show and instead goes on tour across the southern United States, where he is not well known for the scandal. Oh, okay. Can we look up Miracle Network? Maybe? Find a website for the Miracle Network, a production company run by Miracle Roottrees' estate. It's quite bare bones, has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Roottree. Gosh, scummy. He arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. I don't like those kinds of stories where it's like, I named my child Miracle. How do you think that makes the other kids feel? Like they were just there? It's kind of cruel. With a birth that late, the final child in his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. Second vessel. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Oh, is his dad also a preacher? Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel around the entirety of New England. He has since left the line of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. Power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Oh, we got a thing. Oh. Celebrate with your pastor Miracle III and his wife Nicole. Flyer 3 Generations of Miracles tour. The fire's a few years old. Miracle Jr., who is said to be world famous and gets top billing. Miracle Jr. is on the notable Roottrees. Miracle Roottree, who the flyer says will make a special appearance. Miracle III and his wife Nicole are youth pastors. So is it Miracle, Miracle Jr., Miracle III? Okay. And Miracle Jr. Do a quick double check. Do a quick look about. Quick little peek. Junior is the notable one. So that's Junior. This one will be Miracle. And then Miracle the Third. And they married a Nicole. But we don't know which Nicole. He was a... What's a good word for him? What do we have? Actor, advertising, architect, artist, author, baby. You can be a baby. Cashier, CEO, chef, comedian, construction, dance, director, doctor, driver, farmer, firefighter, hairdresser, housewife, interior design, lawyer, manufacturing, mechanical, media mogul, maybe? Oh, I don't think that's right. Military model, musician, news anchor, nurse, pilot, police officer, politics, preacher, president, principal, public speaker, professor, pro athlete, retail, screenwriter, secretary, student, travel agent. Maybe he'll just be a preacher. and his daddy before him. And then these guys were youth pastors, so they were also preachers, right? Because we didn't have a pastor. Okay. Ooh, buddy. Okay, and then you are this. You are this. So we have, oh. Wife. This is Edith. Okay. Can I see this? His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle. Okay. Yeah, so... Oh, because those are the people that started the company. Okay, got it. Sister in disguise, evangelist, until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong. For sake, we could have never done that without the two of you fighting for us. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think Miracle, who was named that because they were like, oh my gosh, this child came, what a miracle. So this is Miracle. They were a preacher. They had Miracle Jr., who also was a preacher. And then Miracle Jr. the third was a preacher. And they all showed up on the TB. But, no, I keep wanting to do that for evidence. This has Miracle Jr., which I think is this guy. Not the same energy. Maybe we can throw... Oh, I have to verify him first. It does look like the same guy. And then... This, I think, is Miracle. Oh, yeah, there was a thing about, like, lost his sight, so that's Miracle. Can I put that picture? We're doing it. Locked in everyone on the notable Roottrees list. Oh, now it gets hard, though. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's challenging. I need to figure out which Miracle that is. I think that's a Miracle. That might be Sam. I don't remember now. Eli. Okay, this dude's him. Up here looking like a baddie. Okay. We can delete some of these. Edith, yep. Delete. Win and the boys. That was that picture there. Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. There's so many. I'm guessing Bonnie would be a Bonnie Roottree. Because, you know, they're big on those things. Theo and then Bonnie Roottree. Oh, I guess not. What else do we have? Next President Guy Hudson. Who's Guy Hudson? Hudson. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year in 1979. It was Guy Hudson's first and historically most side move as president of Roottree. In an attempt to cater more towards what he thought the average person wanted, Guy looked at his own wealth, which was often the source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea of what they added fancy flavors. The 5 pieces, anyone could live like the wealthy. Wow, what a dick. This philosophy led to a flavor in the 5 pieces which was meant to mimic caviar. What kid wants to have fish eggs? Please let me know where this occurs. 5 pieces sold less that year than it had any other year except in some foreign markets. It was very quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavor and would go back to normal as soon as possible. What a ding dong. See, who else did we... Who else? Ernie Jr. Tree. What if I just did Ernie Jr.? That's what it was. Caroline. Carolibidin. Root tree. I'm just assuming these people are root trees, by the way. Gwyneth M. Oh, Jesus. Gwyneth M. Root tree. Okay, nothing. Gwendolyn. Okay, nothing. Then we've seen Jim. Clark Root Tree. Wow, there's like literally nothing on these guys. Okay, so that was not helpful. Let's look up Stephanie Jones. You learned from an election result page that Stephanie Jones, a candidate for city council, won her campaign on election day about a month ago. Find no mention of the Roottrees in any articles about her. She also has a very bare-bones website for her campaign. It is simply a picture of her campaign mailer, and underneath it says, "Be sure to read the full article in Butler County Times." Okay. We did this bit. Bad present after all, and his sister seemed to be doing a good job raising her twins. Clark is a free spirit. I don't know because Edward is set to take over his apartment once he's retired. Right, I was gonna go check that. Because this is maybe a Daniel. Nope. Unless Danielle is Danielle. And I can't read good. That doesn't... No, I don't think that's quite right. Let's go back to Root Tree Carl. See if it says anything about who his parents were. No. What about Clancy Root Tree? They are messing with me. Oh, Eli, Miracle's youngest. I found a note. So you're Miracle. This will be Eli. But which Eli? Oh no. Where is... Apparently when he was riding his mini bike. Oh, we don't know which Eli. Sparky and Sam working alongside the farm hands. And then Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. So, her uncle. There's a junior somewhere up here. What are the junior names? We have Ernest Jr., which is a different last name, Clancy Jr., and Elias Jr. So I think they had a daughter first. So maybe the firstborn is the Elias. And then if we look back at our... doing that. We look back at our photos. Who's in here? Eli Jr. is the architect. So I think this is Eli. Okay, got a mental note. This guy, architect. Okay. Is not my brother. Oh, she also has an Eli for a brother. Oh, but we don't know which one's the brother. Oh no. It's probably one of those, most likely. We don't know which brother. All this Lauren stuff. Eli is a brother and also Miracle's youngest. Dave. Five pieces. I move this to flavors are not the same as back then. Or did I not? Okay, no, I did. We can delete this. First Anderson Maple Farm, a few pictures, including the farm. I can spell. I cannot. Anderson Farm was originally the grandma's. Oops. First president was original. What was her name? What the heck was her name? Ma'am? Gwyneth. Gwyneth's family maple farm. Save. There's also something though. Five pieces, so first child is a daughter. Oh, don't judge me. I'm trying so hard. Then the first flavors chosen based on initials of the 5 children. Save. So we need to figure out what the original 5 flavors were, and that'll help us a lot. With the help of his son, Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architect's firm. Okay. Elias Jr. was an architect. Did it say youngest? No, just his son. Okay. Carl's cousin Jim Roottrees, notable singer who had a young daughter around the same age of Raina. Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. Second cousin. So that's somebody out here. This could maybe be Ernie. This could maybe be Ernie. Or one of these could be Ernie. We don't know yet. Right? Or is it... Yeah. Right? Because is it... No, second cousin is they share... Okay, so Ernie Jr. is going to be one of these guys, because they share the same grandparent. Or they don't share the same grandparent. They share the same great-grandparent. So this could be Ernie, or this could be Ernie. And he's the president. We know nothing about this. Okay. What'd she call them? New gens? We have Carl, Ernie, James, and he was the dad that we're looking at. Ernie was a president. James was the singer. And then there's another that we don't know yet. Notable singer, but a young daughter. James had a daughter. Rihanna's age. Okay, save. Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr., who had just become president of the Roottrees at the time. Second cousin. Yeah. So yeah, it could be this one or this one. I'm president at the time. Need to look that up. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. This, I think... Carl's dad was a history professor. I can spell. Okay. His older sister even wrote a book that some of my friends tell me they had to read in school. Yeah, older sister wrote the book. Okay, yep, we figured that one out. Grandpa passed away earlier this year. Grandma Laura, so that's how we got her name. Ernie Jr. was a former president of the Roottree Candy Company. Oh, he was... Because he's now the president. So the fourth one... To edit... 4. And then this is president... 5. I think is how that works. Gwen Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress. We got her. She was divorced. Guys like us, she left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. Gwyneth was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree, the founder of the Roottree. Shouldn't have been named Roottree. Is she under the... Oh, she's Lauren's gen. Okay. Gwen's dad took mom's last name of Roottree. Save that. And then Orange Gen, when associated with Wild Bill Williams, who we couldn't find anything on, and I think it was Harrison Ford. But we don't know anything more than that. He was the leading man, grew up in Paris, which I think is who she ends up with. I just can't find anything on him because this is them in Paris. They broke up. That was a lie. Arthur, distant relative. Yep, we already did that. Lauren released a few romance novels. Rafferty, which we got. Okay, yep. Eli to stand all the way on the left since he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. That one I'm gonna have to come back. Only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Right. Grandma insisted we include Sam. I also didn't think it was fair Miracle made it in since he's technically a 5-piece. What's the one? Is this Miracle? He's giving Miracle energy. Especially with the tie. Like, I feel like there's some, like, subtle clues in how they dressed. But also if he had, like, eyesight things, maybe he just wears sunglasses all the time. You know? But he would be a 5-piece. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and that the three of us were all about the same age. And Angie, we think, is somewhere over here. Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. So you have an Aunt Gwendolyn. Which could be... Gwendolyn. Yeah, and then one of them had a kid and named them after their mom. But up until then, all of the... What was it? Up until somebody here, all of the women were housewives in the family. We can assume Gwendolyn Roottrees was a housewife. And then Mr. Morden. Yeah, Mr. Morden was there with Gwendolyn. Okay. Her husband, Jacob. Oh, that was her son, Clark. Is your son Clark? Ah, okay, I totally missed that bit. Okay, so your son is Clark. Clark Rafferty. I feel like I should probably use my intuition and be like, hey, if their last name is that, maybe their other last names are this. So then that means that this would be, what's it, Eli? Elias? Ernie. Right? Ern. I think Ernest Jr. was who this was. He was the 4th president, right? James had a young... Lawrence Jen. Yeah, her son Clark was for that. We did put Clark down. She's the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. So this is a Roottrees. This is an unknown male. Down, down, down. Her mother's family was called the Coselles. Sarah. There we go. Her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer of the Roottrees Candy Company and helped with... Oh, okay, so this was a lawyer. A liar. Okay. 5 pieces of first generation children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. Yeah. We know. Next generation. Ah. Night. Fine, we'll do it this way. Next gen. Okay. Lauren's generation. The Free Spirits generation after Lauren's, including her son. Oh, it's not new gens. It's next gen. Right? Free Spirits. Free Spirits. And then we have the other. So, generation after Lauren. Clark, Carl, James, and that. Yeah. And the next gen is, yeah, this generation here. Okay. Gotcha. And then the free spirits, no. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to revisit that. 5 pieces. The first next generation is Lauren. Generation after. Okay. Yeah. We got that. And then she has 3 younger brothers. So this is a male. This is a male. And this is a male. Okay. Stay with her and Aunt Margot. So when somebody, there's an Aunt Margot somewhere in here. Look up Margot. Margot is a woman. Housewife is the Roottrees woman. Okay. Housewife, lawyer, preacher, and then architect. Yeah. And then you're just a housewife. Not just, I'm sorry. That's so rude. So mean. Okay. Cousin. Yeah, we already know their cousins. Oh, Harrison Lane, not Harrison Ford. Oops. Harrison Lane. I don't think there's anything Lane. No. There's no William. So we don't know who she ended up marrying. Roottrees woman to be anything other than a housewife. Yeah. So then that was... Yeah. Okay, so Gwen was the first one to be anything other than a housewife. So all the women prior from here up are all housewives. Clancy. We don't know Clancy at this time. I think Clancy, though... Oh, it's probably him. It's probably Clancy. Because in the initial meeting with the kids... This is a female. She can't have it. He didn't want it. He was an architect. Clancy was in the room. She's not able to have it. Miracle was too young. So Clancy. Bet you. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Everyone got quite heated. None of his sons would take over as president. Architects, preachers, lawyers. We have the architect, preacher, lawyer, but we don't know. Oh, no, we do know. Okay, yeah, he's a lawyer. I got it. Delete. Us next gens. Next gens took over second president, Zach, different last. Firstborn son of firstborn 5-piece. So we're assuming this was the second president. Okay. Angie's older than Zach. I'm next oldest up as all. We do have that lined up. Clancy was a big guy. Oh, right. We have that one original 5-piece. So we think Clancy is him. Where was it? This was the original. And Eli. No, we already have an Eli. I don't know who Sam is, though. Recapture spirit 5-piece. Oh, with their generation. So that's not... Is this Lauren? Hold on. Attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5-piece photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered to the warehouse floor. I want Eli to stand all the way on the left since he looked to me a lot like Pop did in the old one. But I was outvoted by my brothers. So Eli is one of her brothers. Include Sam. Did we say? So one of these will be Eli, but we don't know who. And then I think this is the wrong guy. I think that's the wrong generation. This is the original. This we think is the architect. These look like... This is... Oh, this is Lauren's dad. I see. I misunderstood. This one. That's what he looks like. Okay, so that's her dad. And then Eli Jr. is this guy, which we did already do because he's the architect. Miracle was in it, and three was for others. Only what you're saying. Okay. So one of these is Angie, the other is the other sibling. I don't remember their names. Margolite. Probably assume. Oh yeah, blondes go to blondes. There we go. Wow, I'm stretching so many mental muscles right now. Look at that. We've got some of the original 5.
You're listening to WRTG.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
Feeling that was our friend that did such a tragic thing. Is there anything else I can look at? I can look at that. What's this? That's my table! What's this? Oh, you can get hints. I didn't even look at that. Oh, that's how you do that. Riot girl. Riot. Also, password is password. Love it. Family Doku. Alphabet Davis. Secret Searcher. Okay, that's kind of cute. Alright. Seeing if there's anything else that we need out here. So, we did get a new... Did we? Ah. Carl's generation ticket. Not long before they were set to return, you heard something odd on WRTD radio. The photo you were given may have been stolen from Carl's office. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD. Find more. Okay. We've got the 5 pieces. Except for her. We didn't get her picture in. We've got them. I was like on a roll and that totally we do have everything about Miracle. Eli looks like Pop. But we don't know. We need to figure out more about her brothers. Or about their dads. Sam. Wynn's in Paris. So yeah, that's what we talked about. Like, this could be the Bill guy. Oops. They keep going to Paris. They're in Paris. Miracle's boys. Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. Uncle Junior, which is probably him. Patsy. Pat? Oh no. There's 2 Patricias. We'll have to come back for that. And that's a 5-piece. Elias Jr. married a C. Okay. I don't know who this Sam person is. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farm hands. Let's do a little copy. Take that to the farm. Go paste. Yeah, there we go. Working alongside the farm hands, EC and John were used to drive across the old Anderson farm. Okay. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. So he has an Eli. Oh, but is it an Eli C or an Eli M? That's the... What's this? Miracle's youngest is an Eli. But then also... Lauren has a brother, Eli. Okay. Eli, Miracle's youngest. There's a Danielle. Clark Rafferty. So if you type in... We'll just do something over here. Nope, that's a male. We have a Frank's Danielle. So we need to figure out who married a Frank's or who is a Frank's. This is wrong. What's this? Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 and Danielle isn't much older. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of a generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more? The only one who hasn't any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. So Carl's dad is Clancy? Clancy? And then he is the chubby boy, I think is how that works. He's the one that they made the joke about, the only one that looks like he samples the product. Which is rude. And he was in the room. And he's a Clancy Jr. That makes sense. Okay. We can delete that. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Who's Edward? Do we have... Edward. Maybe Edward had a Clancy. So because he's Clancy Edward, so maybe he had a Clancy and then he had an Edward. One of these will be an Edward. Because then we'd have an Eli and an Edward. Let's see what this says. Even my cousins are doing well. What? Our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge. The most rebellious thing either of us did. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. So Edward is a lawyer. Don't delete. Also a lawyer. Okay. So that's where we get that from. Clark equals free spirit. Who did I say is Clark? Clark is this guy. Is yeah, free spirit. So he falls into that. Yeah, that makes sense. Not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Eh. Zach's not a bad president. Okay, Zach. Who we put, oh, over here. These are twins. Okay. So Angelica Morden has twins. That's a next gen. We have free spirits. Angelica. Right? No, hold on. Yeah, that's the right one. Angelica's got twins. Save. Okay. November. We don't know who she belongs to. Bonnie, next president, Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn Miracle Jr., Jim Roottrees, Clark Carl, and Eli M. Couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. Got that. Local office, Stephanie Jones, Carl. That one we don't have enough on. Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. I think this might be... Oh no. That's right. That's more of an Ernie. Oh, I'm so confused. And then Guy Hudson, who we don't know who he is yet. He was the president for a moment. Okay. Zach different last. Firstborn son of the first 5 piece, yeah. So Zach over here was the second president. Yeah. Okay. Let's look then at our pictures and try to start figuring out some of those. So we got these ones done. These ones we don't quite have enough information on yet. This one we got. Got it. Oh, we need to look up the thing. Got him, got that, got those, that. There's so many people. So many. We did all those. These ones, we don't have enough information yet. It's Gwen's children. We don't quite have enough for this. This one we have on the board, it just hasn't locked. This one, though. Oh, there's just so much. So this is Eli. Did we have an Eli picked out? No. Because I think Eli's one of these. Because I think it's this generation we're looking at in that photo. Okay. The Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr. How do you even know who's who? There's just so many. This looks like the Disco Boy. That might be Disco Boy. This. That could be him. Right? Maybe even this. Oh no, he's got some pretty stellar brows, I gotta say. But there's no Zach or Angie in that picture, right? No. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, they are all on there. Oh, yay. let's look up some of the names. So like Bonnie, like if we were to go say, there's an Eli over here somewhere. So if we say Bonnie, we get a Hudson. Okay. So Bonnie is not part of, and that could be either of those. Not a Rootree. And the next president, Guy Hudson. So, or Bonnie was a Rootree and married into the name. But no, the Roottrees always take over on the names, isn't it? No. No. That's not right, yeah. Because if we say, this should be an Eli, we just don't know which Eli. But if we say here, if this is the Bonnie, and married the Guy, he became the president. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. That's so tricky. Okay. Ernie Jr., which we have an Ernest Jr. here. But how would we know who in this lineup? Because I don't think it's in order. Like, we don't know if this is Bonnie or this is Bonnie or this is Bonnie. We know that's Eli. Miracle. Maybe this cluster, though. It is so... you have to think so hard. It could be maybe one of those is Eli. Or Ernie. And then we have Eli M. Oh, Eli M. So Eli M is in, oh gosh, is in this. Oh, but we still don't know who's the eldest. We have Eli M, and then we have, what was her other brother's name? Edward. We have Edward and Elias M. And then Miracle has a youngest that is also an Eli. But we don't know what he does. Edward is a lawyer. But we don't know. Don't know. This. What's hard too is some of these could also be like duplicate photos. So like Jim or James, we've already found. Clark. Did we get a picture for Clark? We did not. Okay. Yeah, how would you know? These guys look like siblings. They look related. She's pregnant. She has a baby. Oh, all of them have babies. Oh my god. Let's do, what's this one? It's really hard to tell. Oh, maybe, maybe. Where's this one? That might be her. Kind of like a redness. Right? Oh, it is so hard to tell. She's got that little swoop. Because the other thought would be like that. Maybe be the same. I don't know. I don't know. And we don't know what Eli does either. Which doesn't help. Gwyneth M. Gwendolyn. Do we have... I don't think we have a Gwyneth M. or a Gwendolyn. Not a lot of females that have been talked about. This is a guess. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. We might have to move away from that for a second. Gosh, there's just so much. So this should be... There's Miracle. So the middle are her and her brothers. So if we assume oldest, middle, youngest. Who's this Clancy then? Because I thought Clancy on the end here, they made jokes about him being a tubby boy. Do we have... Where does it say Sam again? Sam's not in this one. Or that one. We don't have a picture of Sam other than somewhere in here, we're guessing. This could be one of his kids. But we don't know what he did. Oh, tricky. Because if we assume... So this is the next generation. Gwen wasn't here. Eli looks like Pop from the old one. Which is the guy on the far left. So this is Eli. That would be Eli. And then that would be Edward. We don't know what he did. And then is this supposed to be one of the other brothers? So maybe that's her other brother. But I don't know what his name is then, because I thought... Oh. I did it. Oh, locked in the 5 pieces. Man. My brain. This is fun, though. I'm enjoying this a lot. Hello?
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it.
Uh-huh, sure.
But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottrees.
Wait. Who are you?
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of.
About to spill some tea.
If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
return after 15 more blood relatives.
15? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh. Oh, because I don't know what his occupation is. That's right. Oh my goodness. Gobbly gracious. Oh, this is fun. It's definitely a mental somersault exercise we're doing here. Maybe this... No, Ernest is his cousin. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got a new piece of evidence? Ah, just the phone call. Instead of returning, the person who hired you called you on the phone. They claimed you were a Roottrees. They were a Roottrees. They also told you they'd give you more of an explanation the next time they returned. Let's go search for WRTD. Is news of your local investigative jazz radio station. During their news segment at 45 minutes on the hour, they have been talking about the plane crash. The most recent hour, they also talked about a picture taken from Carl's office after the plane crash and promised an interview online with the psychologist. During the interview, it's revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with the key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, goes on to posit the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. Comment below the article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottrees curse being real." I bet you Carl was murdered and the pictures had evidence on it. Was the Roottrees curse? There's a long, rambly conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background. Oh, that sounds awful. That says that the Roottrees are cursed. It has been very recently updated with the following. Important update, with Carl and Brenda and their girls, that makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the Roottrees company have died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in '82, but nobody was arrested. Then, oh, we got some president information. We'll deal with that in a second. Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in '92, nobody was arrested. Ernie Madison Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now, just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots and the patterns of the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull, a secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. The post before that has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4 corners simultaneously, 4 day times. Oh my god. Entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email asking him to take down the site with faked proof that Ernie Madison Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he's known that the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. First entry is a blurry picture from the Roottrees Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author far behind a fence and through some trees. Huh. Okay. Didn't get anything from that other than some information here. Ernie M. He was the president before him. But we don't... Oh, is he in that one picture? Is he in this one? No, not that. This one. There's an Ernie Jr. Hold on. Oh. Madsen Ernest. Wasn't there a Madsen? No. Because this would be a Roottrees. So it'd be... Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Ooh. This one I actually don't know. Rafferty Clark makes sense. I'm gonna take these off because I don't actually know who they are. These ones make sense. It's like distant family, it feels like. This feels like the family that kind of got like pushed to the side and was like, don't think about them, don't talk about them. Don't talk about Fight Club. We have an Elias Jr. We have an Elias here who's in the photo. And then Ernie Madison Jr. Do I have anything about... For the free spirits. Carl, Ernie, and James. Okay, so Ernie is one of the siblings. Or not siblings, cousins. But we don't know... Oh, I have to go back and revisit. This is the problem with deleting your highlights. Things get harder. Because is it Ernest Jr., which doesn't make sense. Because there isn't an Ernest anywhere there. So let's go look at her diary again. And see if we can find Ernest. Also her husband, Casel's father's always for pop. Roottrees, learn to use them often. You really enjoy the chill vibes. Dynasty should be in here. Furious. Next Gens. Zach. Nancy Kim. Woman would take over. Old mom, mother quickly cutting ranks. Okay. Previous entry learned that Elias Roottrees had given in to his wife and announced that Sam was an obscure relative who was included in the family gatherings. Gwyn's in Paris. Deception. Nancy swore he saw Sam working along. Oh, that was one. Eli, miracles known guest. Apparently, Eli seems. Especially, man. Oh, I done goofed things. I did a done goofle. Okay. It's not in there. Is there something in here about it? Oh. Brenda's patterns were copied by other brands seem to demand Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. So this would be not... This would just be Ernest. Not Ernest Jr. Right? Oh, this is tricky. Because they would take the Roottrees name. Maybe I'm overthinking some things. He's got a cousin named Ernie. Let's look up James Roottree again. Let's see. Let's see if anything else. Or Diamond. James Roottree was a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond, his wife Diamond LaRoe. The duo, according to many sources you find, considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays guitar, and often sings, Diamond considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never has another hit by its fans, who refer themselves as Diamond Dazzlers. The rest of the music more folksy. We read all of that. If we just type LaRue. Okay. The public libraries for books. Okay. Might not be him. Then Stephanie Jones didn't bring up anything. That was this. Who is CM? It's a CM and it's a boy. Dun, 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 dun. Caroline Morden. Oh, what if? Ooh. Wait. Rafferty LaRue? Who's this Rafferty LaRue? Because we have LaRue here, and we have Rafferty here. Excuse me? I was looking for a CM. So CM, the only one I'm seeing that's a CM is Caroline Morden, which that would fall under here, under the Morden name. Which, that's assuming that one of the Mordens had a Caroline, and then that Caroline is speaking up for their probably daughter to say, hey, you should support them? That's a guess. A wild guess. Man, I kind of wish I could, like, push things away when I finish with them. These ones technically do have more information. Because this has one more. So let's maybe look back at this. Who's in the corporate world? Children who work at Roottrees. Lauren, stay-at-home mom. Jim. Second cousin Ernie. I think this is what it's saying. We have a second cousin Ernie. Which means not a whole heck of a lot. Because these are his cousins. His second cousin would be sharing the same great grandpa. So it could be one of these. It could be one of these. We don't know. We just don't know. It's too vague at this point. So let's put... Was it Ernie Jr.? Okay, Carl and his second cousin. So yeah, let's put it in here. Highlight and put it in this one. That way it's organized. Company's finances. Carl personally spent his... I think that was the big thing he wanted us to take. Yeah. I want to be able to see... really like to see the 5 pieces. Oh, I finally got something. Okay. From marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learn the 5 pieces are an iconic candy sold by the Roottrees Candy Company. Although they are no longer the company's only popular product, they still sell well to this day. 5 pieces are small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies that, since the late 20s, have been pressed in the shape of a maple leaf, although they usually have one flavor that looks more like a berry. Its tastes have changed over the years, so have the 5 flavors, but the shape and combination with maple have remained consistent. There's also a history of print advertising website that claims to have a 5-piece advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2. Let's look up this. Copy. Charles Lee. Okay, and do this. Yes! Whoa, okay, we got something. It's a miracle, a modern candy for a modern society. Roottrees 5 pieces contain different maple-infused flavors. The Roottrees are a proud family business, and our flavors are inspired by our children. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, CE is cinnamon extract, M is for melon, and introducing M for miracle berry. Miracle berry is a burst of beautiful blossoming blended berries. Try it today. That guy must have had the biggest freaking ego. Sweet history of candy. Grape, elderberry. I feel like this is something I was supposed to have a while ago. Can I reorder? Can, okay. So you need to go to the 5. Oh, no, we're in the 5 pieces. It's fine, down. I could have saved so much time and made my life so much easier. I don't know why I did it the way I did. Let's go back. First child is a daughter. We did get that. That can go. The initials of the 5 children. So we have Gwyneth, Elias, Clancy Edwards, Margaret, and Miracleberry. Oh, that actually didn't help me at all. I've already figured that out. Elias Jr. married a Patsy, but we don't know which Patsy. He was an architect. We did get that. Okay, that didn't get us any closer. The farm, I can't find anything about. Eli is one of her brother's names, also the youngest. Miracle. But we don't know what Eli, her brother, does. And then we have an Eli over here. Okay, that seems fine. Angelica's got twins. Which one's Angelica? This one's Angelica. She's got the twins. I don't think we found anything about Angelica Morden. Anything about Morden? No. What about Elias M. Roottree? I think we already looked at this. There was nothing, yeah. What was it? Diamond Dazzlers? Oh. Dang. And if we look up Gwen Roottree. Because we can look at Guys Like Us or Christmas Mission. Let's look up Guys Like Us. Two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues, starring Gwyn Roottrees, Leslie Florence. These two women are men similar to other men, or that men are fond of them. Leslie Florence. Let's just take a note here. And then Christmas Mission. I can't spell. Called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwyn had a role as the soldier's wife whom wrote him letters from home. No additional information. Incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. Let's look up Leslie Florence. Co-star in Guys Like Us, not much relevant information. As a female. Okay. And then Harrison Lane. Television actor, major role Guys Like Us and some other films. His largest role before Guys Like Us was a villain on the first set of Western Frontiers. Due to the popularity of Guys Like Us, the studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero joining the protagonist. Dead end. Oh, that's cute. So, what was the one that I think Lauren made a comment about it and she was like all salty about Gwyn going off and doing star things. Okay. That's that. Complaints. She gets to be in Starlet. Let's see if that brings up anything. Ah, Starlet was a magazine that started with the colorization of film and went around until around 1964. Generally, it was tabloid with focus on famous actors and actresses. It didn't much go into any other aspects of filmmaking or Hollywood news. All right, so let's do Starlet and Gwyn Roottrees. Gwyn Roottrees was often in Starlet. Most mentions were about the time of her divorce in 1957 from Bill Williams. Yeah, so why is it whenever I try to look it up, I'll fix that in a minute, I don't get a Bill Williams. Gossip is speculative, full tabloid stereotypes. Some of it focuses on the fact that when she announced her divorce, she also announced she was pregnant again. Other mentioned the rumors Wild Bill had multiple affairs. There's also an interview. She was asked about her last name. Power of the name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall. Roottrees has its power. My husband similarly goes by Wild Bill. Infamous name he refers for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one, but Wild Company combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable. Although we've relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so consider this about both of us. Wild Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottrees for the last name, not Williams, but we also plan to lean to alliteration. That's how we'll honor both our family generation for the next generation. What? But if I type in Williams, there's no Williams. Which is frustrating. Oh, and then her Cornwall. Linus. I wonder... Ah, here we go. Mentioned as many times throughout the magazine's lifespan, there's stories and gossip about who he had been seen in public with, belongs mostly... First roles under his real name, Walter Forsyth. Walter. What a terrible name. Okay. Those are done. Anything about their kids? Talking about Gwen. An apology to all ladies, I'm actually taken. Earlier this year, he did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie, asked me to play a small part. Wouldn't you know it, that son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I'm just ribbing, it wasn't his fault. Apparently the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. I got the last laugh though. I met someone, she spent most of the film crying. She was playing a soldier's wife, but even though through the tears she was incredible. I know I tend to have a reputation, but this one's true love. Only advice for her. The third is a rumor that his divorce from Gwen was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. An American reader on vacation in Paris claims to have overheard Wild Bill and Gwen arguing in public. She was holding a baby invisibly pregnant long after she announced she was divorcing him, and that she was pregnant again. So, how do we figure out who the babies are? Okay, this we figured out. This we figured out. This we got. This we got. This we got. Yeah, we already did that. Yeah, let's just kind of go through. So, the youngest is an Eli. Edward is also a lawyer. We did get that. We don't need this. Don't need this. This one, I think, needs to be reordered. This needs to go to the Free Spirits. Yeah, because this is where we start to see that bit. Okay. That. Farm isn't necessarily... Do have that. Eli is a brother, also Miracle's youngest. We don't need that. Oh, time to banish. Goodbye. Enjoy the Shadow Realm. Okay. Whoops. Not what I wanted. Page 1. I want Eli to stand all the way to the left since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. Which is why I said he looks like that. Oh, Brother Trouble. We never looked up Brother Trouble. Was a 1989 sitcom about two 16-year-old brothers the same age, one adopted, played by Tommy and Dustin Christopher Baker. Their single mother, played by stand-up Penelope Tessa Green, often had to navigate her job as a magazine columnist. That was to come with raising two boys who were extremely competitive in sports, academics, and even romantic pursuits of their next-door neighbor, Roxy. The showrunner was small screen director Ron Roottrees. Why we look at things. The show had strong ratings through the entirety of season 1, rocketing both Sheridan Baker and instant stardom, mostly along the teenage girl demographic. Drop in ratings, okay. Small screen director Ron Roottrees. Okay, Ron Roottrees. Small screen director head of RR Productions. He directed episodes of a few other shows before showrunning. So I wonder, because I remember seeing, gonna seem a little weird, why this is sitting in my head, I don't know. Film school. Maybe he's Ron. Because it would also make sense if he's directing Brother Trouble, which is how she met her husband. Betcha that's what it is. And he's the screen... Right? Screenwriter? Is that what it was? Director. And I wonder if he... Check out the other Roottrees names. Because what if we have a Robert and a Ronald? And he's a director, and then he's a screenwriter. Why not? We'll put it on there, see if it works. No? I still don't know what you did. need like one more occupation. One more occupation and that would seal some stuff in. Let's look up James Roottrees again. No, that's right, that didn't do anything. What about if we did, Robert? You're not helping me, game. Ugh. So many things. Team Blast has a lot too. Okay. Dreams are outside our grasp. Grandpa's college professor. Yeah. Calculated a lot. Wrote a book. Yep. I don't know what the heck is left on this. I've put all these things in there. Maybe it's the brother trouble stuff. Any series about inspirations, aspirations, win a trip to that new movie. Oh, I don't know. This one has so many. Clark is her son. It's Danielle. Oh, is Danielle who he marries? Maybe that's what it is. Danielle is who he marries. Danielle is much older. Openly confronting them would make me a hip. Yeah. Okay, so it is who he hooks up with. Free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up? Inspired to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. Okay. Generation never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue. First published book. Maybe we need to look this up. Not a bad president. Sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Okay. The only thing off of that is Edward's set to take over the department, but I think we already knew that. Yeah, Edward's the lawyer taking over. Yeah. Okay. Let's look up this book. What the heck was her name? Lauren? Lauren Roottrees. Yeah. Or it just doesn't matter. Might not be relevant. Yeah, it's not relevant. Yeah, I feel like I have all this information, it's just not done yet. Sam Dynasty. According to the letter... Maybe we need to... Because I don't think there's anything in the lyrics. I don't think there's anything in the lyrics. So maybe we'll look at... Look at him. Music critic. Find a mention on a family website about band unrelated to Roottrees. Modern Music Monthly. That's what we're missing here. There we go. Okay. Progress. Abbreviation for Modern Music Monthly. Due to high competition for major publications. Okay. Modern Music Monthly. Jim Roottrees. A review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim Goes Into His First Band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C and J and J and D. With my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted we spend time with my dad and me. It's Clark. Oh, Clark's the one. Okay, yeah. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. Oh. So the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on, not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark... Oh. Clark in bed with her younger sister, everything exploded. No more family band. Okay, so... Clark... He was a musician. And he... Ooh. Wait. Is that right? Gets married to her, they split. He gets with LaRue. Oh, but which... Oh, wait. Clark and Jay, so probably Jessica. And then they probably have a daughter. Trina. No. No. LaRue. Jane. Right? Oh no, I don't know. Well, Jane would make sense there, because we got Diamond and Jane. And if Clark... Hi, buddy. Oh, careful. Hey, want to help me solve things? Yeah, do you want to hang out? Oh, you're warm. Toasty. Baby has joined. So... we should look up our art productions as well. So if Clark is his cousin, that makes sense. Could have been with this. Could have been with that. It could go either way. I feel like though she was saying he's getting married too young, so I think that's where that goes. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, the only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but it was my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. Happier now, he started Rafter tunes. Oh, goodbye. Much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits from our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. It's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls all over the record player, but I never interested, so I went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay. Let's look up Clark. Rafferty? Yeah, that's his name. Okay. And then we also have Raffer Tunes. Website about Raffer Tunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's. Oh. Advertising firm. There's an about page and you find a picture labeled inspiration of the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Below there's more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. When his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to come down for the picture, he had the idea for a Roottrees Super Bowl ad. Okay. What? Okay. So this is Katrina. This is Clark. That's what we just read. Okay. Clark. this dude. And then it looks like he married her. We don't know who she is. And then Katrina is his youngest. Whoa, that was not where I thought. Her. This is Katrina. Rafferty LaRue. Because he got married to Danielle. He got with Jane. Why would they still have the same... Unless... No, they stayed married. Maybe this is now... Well, this would have to be LaRue. Because why would you just have... Okay. What? Wait. Wait. Oops, that was too far. That was too many. Okay. You're gonna be a Rafferty LaRue. You're gonna be Jessica. You're probably just a child. Oh! We're doing it. Oh, I was right. Dang. Okay, so you're a student. Cool. He's not a musician, though. I don't know what we'd put him as. Well, he did advertising. That's what he ended up doing, because he did the Super Bowl ad. Here's on my blankie. Oh no. I'm having issues. There we go. Now I can be comfy again. Okay. So he does advertising. He's got these children. He marries this chick. I don't know who. Sometime he sleeps with her. Not her. Her sister. He married her. You probably then. What if they have a kid? No, but that's LaRue. So this is probably Jane. Because they have the Rafferty LaRue. Well, we don't know what happens between Danielle and her. That's going to be the tricky bit. But we were correct here, which is cool. Took a gamble. Paid off. Still don't know what he does. Super Bowl ad. That was Rafter Tunes. We needed to look up, what was it, RR Productions? RR Productions. Defunct production company responsible for Brother Trouble. For being one of our production. Okay, that's where we'd find out Ron and Robbie Roottrees. Okay. We can delete that. And delete that. This should go under the Free Spirits. Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. Bonnie, next president, Ernie, Carl, Jim, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Man. So what do we... Brother Trouble we've looked into. figured out what Eli looks like. Clancy's the big boy. I think we already did Clancy, right? Or have we not? Oh, we don't know. Clancy, I think, is one of these three. So I think that would mean this is Clancy. Or not Clancy. We had a Clancy. This is Clancy. We had a big boy here. Because they're all the like cousins. Wait. Where was that one? This one. I don't know who Sam is still. So that's probably Lauren if we haven't put that picture there. I think we did. I think it's that. Her brothers. Gwen. And then we've confirmed this is Miracle, so we think that's his kid. This is probably... Oh, is this Zachary? Or Zach, the guy that becomes the president? That's what it is, because they make fun of him being the one that looks like he should run the company. Because he's fat. Okay, so that's Zach. That's... It's working. Gotcha. Perfect. Wow, that one went fast. So that's Zach. And then Angelica is either this one or this one. But we don't know who. Okay. He's got like reddish hair. And she has reddish hair. So I would argue that would be her. And then if she has kids, they'll be red-haired kids. Which would probably mean like these guys. Because genetics. And this is Eli. So maybe this is the Eli... I don't know if I put him up here yet. Maybe this Eli. Because he's standing next to his brother. Oh, really, Gandalf? He's screaming. Yeah, do you want to tell me more? Yeah, is it hard to be a baby? Maybe this is Miracle. Yeah, Miracle Jr. here. Oh, please don't. Or no, that's the same picture, isn't it? No, it's a different picture. No, Gandalf, sir, don't be like that. Don't appreciate that here. Bonnie, next president, Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Carolyn, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark Carl, and Eli M. One of these is Clark. I get the feeling it's the guy with the glasses. And my reasoning for it is he makes me think of my dad. Not in a good way. Because my dad also looked very similar to that, but he had more of a big, fluffy afro. It was a look. I don't know if it was the right look, but it was a look. But if he did music... You know, it's hard to tell. Because he could have also been this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, do you want out now? When you want out, but sister's right at the door ready for you. Okay. because they have those last names because of the dad. So is there another Morden? We have a Caroline and Gwendolyn. Maybe her name... Maybe that's the right sister, but the wrong name? Well, no, it shows their surnames. That's right. Huh. Okay. What else do we got? We're doing, I mean, I feel like we're doing pretty okay. I don't know what else it wants me to get from that. I don't know what else it wants me from that. Rolling down the city. That's where I got the... Can I type in Clark Rafferty? Does that do anything? I think we already tried this. Few fan sites for the band. Music. These times. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's another MP3, guys. We can have music. Someone with the username Die Dazzler scanned the cover and noted it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRoe's first song together. He also mentioned it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, that was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is also available. Alright, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for some tunes?
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge. Rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free. We'll tell ourselves these stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore the colder, probably yearn for what could be, rose tinted by youth's memory. So act as though these times ain't fleeting, love still flows, our hearts heart beating. For now ignore fate's destiny, two roads that cross once at this tree. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free. Someday these times will all be over. The dew dries on the morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve a name with me. These times are ours for free.
Lovely. So I had a couple thoughts. One, C and J, so that's Jane, that's Clark, Diamond, and Jim or James. What if the third wife is another sister of theirs? Like, what if they're not the only two sisters? So Clark's kind of a douche. So he's this one. Then he is this one. And then Diamond is this one. And I say that because Jane has been locked in as this. But he also messed around with another J. Oh, maybe not. So, wait. She's not, her name's not locked in. Her image is this one. So what if this is her and then they had like another sister and that's where they get LaRue? That's luck. Did I need anything else? No, because we got that. Okay. Jane LaRue. Oh. Velvet Chico. Way down in the credentials section of her biography, it mentions she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. It mentions the only contact her agent in the event that you actually wish to hire her, and he inquires about her past or her sister would be ignored. Ugh, that's comfortable. Oh, is there nothing? What about here? In an article from 1968, you find a small section focusing on young, upcoming talent in modern music predicts will make it big. The LaRue sisters got their start doing session work for their great-uncle's record label. Great-uncle. Oh, that's for them. You remember any songs from 1960, 1965 that featured the voice of kids? They were probably involved. Back then, they were credited as the Lucky LaRues. Now that he's passed, they've moved on to bigger and better ventures and are going by their full names. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces. Ever heard of the Roottrees? And are looking to release an album sometime in the next year. Youngest Kim is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway, taking over for one of the children, Oliver. Lucky LaRues indeed. Kim. That's where it is. Dang, this guy's sleazy. So he gets with her, sleeps with her. So first off, gets married, divorced. Gets with her, divorced because he's sleeping with her, has a whole family with her after having a family with the other one, and she's walked in on them, which is why she's still married to him. God. Scummy. It's giving scummy. So if we look at his picture then, got some stubble. Like, he's probably this one. And then he's probably got the hair. You know? That's my guess. So hard to tell. It's one of those. I'm sure. So then if that's all of them, we can probably assume that this is the other brother. Or cousin, I should say. Because he's also pictured in this. And he's in Elias as well, I believe. I'm still on this page. I didn't even read the top. Old single from folk group C&J and J&D, who have a scan of the album as well as a recording of the title track. Mark Rafferty, Jim Roottrees, backup vocals. Folk style songwriting. Okay. Where? It was this one. We have an Ernie Jr., Carolyn Gwyneth, Miracle, Eli M. Which we think this is Eli. And then Ernie is a cousin. So this is Ernie Jr.? Oops. And we don't know what he did. These two might be mixed. But I feel pretty confident based on genetics. Blonde, you know. Okay. Now, where do we go with that? We have November, who I think is the child of these two. Because we haven't seen any people of color otherwise. We don't know who. Then there's 3 kids here. God, we're missing a lot of, like... Just missing a lot still. There's still so much to this game. We've been at this for almost 4 hours. A lot to think about. Okay, let's look up Ronald Roottrees and see if we can find anything. I think we already did look him up. What about just Ron? What if we look up... Just to see. No. Okay, well... Help. I don't know how to get more about him. This I feel like... If we just type Roottrees... Okay. Oh, there's too much if we just do Roottrees. This we already did. Oh, what if we did, Diamond? Young, upcoming talent. Oh, this is what we read already, where we found the Kim. Nancy told me everyone got quite heated. Company should stay with our branch of the family. Yeah, ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He was the firstborn son. I just don't... I don't know what he does. We have a professor, a lawyer, an author. The Elias M. Roottrees. I don't think it'll give me anything, though. I think we've tried it a couple times. No, don't do that. Yeah, can't. Ugh. What other names do we have? Just Eloise. Deborah Bean. Sam Kettrell. Stephanie. Christensen Patricia. Garcia Luisa. Hudson Bonnie. Hudson Christopher. Hudson Guy. And I think these guys are either brother and sister or couple. Jones Brian. Jones Patricia. Kellogg Bethany. David the Third. David the Fourth of Kellogg. Landon Stephanie. Landon Mark. Lansing Clara. Lennon Helen. Madsen Ernest. Madsen Gwyneth. Cole Madsen. Monroe Joan. Monroe. Then we have a Chris Rafferty. Is why would there be another Rafferty other than maybe this? Like he had a son? That'd be a guess. I don't know where else that name would come up. Then, what do we have after that? We have Candy Roottrees. Jack Roottrees, Christina Roottrees, November Roottrees, Samantha Roottrees, Tessa Roottrees, Wolf Roottrees, Nicole Smith, Penelope Tessa Green, Catherine Wilkins, Jem Wilson, Jason Wilson, Steven Wilson, Wilson Zach. Feels like the Wilsons will go here. Then this is the one that I'm assuming that's her name, but it could go here. But there's twins. How many more Mordens are there? There's a Caroline and a Gwendolyn. I think they're on one of the evidences. Yeah, Caroline and Gwendolyn. Might be that thing if I'm just a little too close. This doesn't give a lot of context. I don't know what he does. I'm guessing a mechanic based on his shirt. Is that an option? It is. Why not? Wait. But it's Eli M. Did I mix up? Maybe you're supposed to be M. I don't know. That's my guess, though, because if Eli M's in that picture, that guy's in the picture. And we don't know an Ernest Jr. Madsen. And then follow-up issue. If that is a Madsen, there's another Madsen Ernest. So then you're probably a different Ernest. But they're both Ernest. I'm queasy. I'm feeling a little queasy. Feeling a little bit flustered. Oh. Okay, so her last name isn't in there. And Ernie. There's a child that has to do with somebody named Ernie. I kind of wish it would also show, like, people that are dead. That might make things a little bit easier. Wonder what happens. Diamond. Did I look at any of these? I don't know if I did. Kind of at the point I'm just kind of going in circles a little bit. I kind of want to see if there's like a yearbook for kids. Yeah, so part of this too, I like almost want to grab like my notebook and like actually take notes so I could see it, because sometimes that's just easier to see it in front of you. In fact, why don't I do that? Making this harder than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be so hard. I know I'm taking notes. Sometimes it's just easier to really break it down. So old family photo. So we have the 5 pieces. And then it's the next gen. And then it's the free spirits. Which here, we're assuming this is the free spirits. So we have Bonnie. Guy. She's also a Hudson, so I think she's the sister. Potentially the wife. But they wouldn't... Oh, right, because Roottrees are the only ones allowed in the photo. Only the people by blood. So she's the sister. Then we have Ernie Jr. Caroline. Gwyneth. Gwyneth M. Gwendolyn. Miracle Jr. Jim, Clark, Carl, Eli. Also, I love that Jim is constantly a Rootree. Okay, Eli M. So if we go back to our board, we've gotten the 5 pieces. We know those. And we... Where's the next one? Yeah, those ones we've all done. Those are the 5 pieces. This is the one where there's a couple in question. So this one has the Eli. Quinn. Eli. Lauren. Zach. Sam. We don't know why or who Sam is. And then Miracle's in here, even though he's a 5-piece, because technically he falls within that generation. Okay. So yeah, this is probably the Eli that we saw. You just don't know what he does. And then he stood in the photo with Miracle Jr. He wasn't in it yet, because he was a baby. So then we can assume over here we have a Lauren and a Sam. And Sam's kind of the weird one out. So would we assume that this is a Lauren? I spell? Oh wait, Lauren... Oops. Lauren's her. That's right. So we're missing names on that? That's annoying. Yeah, that's Lauren. There's one of these... Probably gonna be her. But we don't know what her last name is. Or her first, to be honest. We don't know who she is. Okay. Then we have the Angelica. That was the other one. Oops, helps if I can spell. Angelica. Question mark? Because the only way that we know about them is she's got twins. Okay, and then in the next image, we have all of those people. We've got Hudson. Let's check the Hudson last name. Okay. Oh, okay. So we can assume... Here we go. We can assume Hudson Christopher is her partner. And then... Dog's being weird. And then we have Bonnie and Guy. But we don't know... Not this one. We don't know who's older. Oops. Let's just say this is Bonnie for now. And then this is Guy. We can assume this is Guy. This is Bonnie. There's some resemblance. craziness happened behind me. And then, ooh, so sorry. And then in the same line, we have an Ernie Jr., who we're thinking is this. We have a Caroline, which we don't know about. Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr.'s in this one. We have Jim, Clark, and Carl. Then an Eli M. is who I think that is. But I don't know what Ernest does. We have another... Also, why would his last name be different? That makes me think... That makes me think that it's one of these over here is Ernie. And he gets his last name from a Madison Ernest, and then we have a Ernest Jr. That would make the most sense to me. Who is he? I don't know. And then Stephanie Jones will probably be somewhere over here. We have a Brian Jones, which will probably be her father. No, talk to your girls about putting us in misfortune. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. Who is CM? Because I'm sure that will inform us of who her parents are. Which would be a Caroline Morden. Morden probably be from him. We can say Caroline Morden here. And she marries a Jones. What happened to Stephanie? Where's Stephanie? Oh, she would... Oh, there would be a different... Caroline and Gwendolyn, okay. Somewhere around there. Which would make it really hard to tell who has the twins, and if her name is actually Angelica. Oh. My thought was Jones would come from... Oh. No. Stephanie Jones marries into the family. She could have been a Cattrall or a Landon. Okay, so if we look at Cattrall, we have a Sam. Oh my gosh, my brain's starting to get a little melty. We might have to call it here for the night. Definitely feel the mental gymnastics. This is so fun though. I'm having a great time, but I'm definitely, I'm feeling that roadblock of like there's something right in front of my face and I just don't see it. Because we've got some stuff that are like, there's so many things in here. But I just can't see it right now. Which is fine. You know, we'll lock some things in. We've made great progress though. We've got 24, we did like half of the family tree. Just today alone. So I think we're doing pretty okay. We can pick it up. I think tomorrow we're gonna finish Agatha Christie for fun. Ooh, this might be like a next week we come back to it kind of thing. Unless I'm able to do a couple streams in a day, but I don't know if I really want to do that. Because hubby and I are going out of town for the weekend, which will be so lovely. But anyway, I think we're gonna call it here. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. This has been fun. Looking forward to learning more about the secrets of the Roottrees. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.